All right, all right, all right. Let there be light. Let there be light. All right, we back at y'all, man. This is special for me, because Coach Trey Mines from HD Woodson High School, back in 2015, 2014, 20 yeah, yeah. Okay. 2015 and 2014. Won three titles at HD Woodson High School, between 14 and 15. But the last one, 2015, where he won two titles, finished with a record 33-0. It was crazy. HD Woodson High School in Northeast in Washington DC. Coach Trey Mimes is uh you know a ultimate coach, a coach. He's a husband, he's a dad, he's a son. You know, I know that he was a government worker with one of the federal agencies. And he took time out of his busy schedule. I think he was uh, a IT, federal government worker. And he was also a Virginia Tech star. I think he hold the records for the three pointers uh, in CIAA tournament. If I got my facts right. So this brother is truly DC Jim, and he's from Virginia, but DMV, we family at the end of the day. So you know, let me look up some info about my man. You know, I want to give him his props for Black History because he is Black History. This man, this was the second that I know of public school in DC that them went undefeated. Far as high school competition and tournaments. And the first one, which really resonates with me because it was my high school, Spangam, with Sherman Douglas and Abraham, I forget his name, Abraham Wellington, uh, Alonzo Spate, Fred Simmons. All them guys were the stars of that 1980 team, that went 30-0, and that was over 30 years ago. So what makes this so special that my nephew Tamonte Chambers was part of this team, and so I had two nephews that went to HD, and my other nephew, they were 2 years apart. So one played football and one played basketball. So my oldest nephew, he won the Turkey Bowl and the championship for the football, the DC Inter High Football Championship in 2012, I think. Yeah, it was 2012. So that's where I created Team Chambliss Champions because the guys in my the men in my family, we get at it on the sports tip. I'm a champion baseball player within the DC public schools. Um, so and my sport was baseball, where I excelled in. And what was funny about it, I didn't even like baseball. And to tell you the truth, I got cut from the basketball team because I had asthma. The coach, Mr. Mosley, didn't want no asthmatics on the team. And now you got asthma players playing now. And but he didn't want to take the risk of anybody having an asthma attack. I don't know if it happened before, so he was shell shocked about it. But it was me and another guy that didn't make the team. Not that we wasn't good, it was because we had asthma. And his reasoning was, hey, I run the team too much in drills, and I don't think you is strong enough, medically, to keep up. And I don't want you getting sick on my watch. I kind of respect it now. I mean, I do. I mean, I'm a grown man, It done, a lot of years done passed for me to get my feelings together, but I was hurt by that. Because in tryouts, that's what we do, man. In the hood, we play ball all day, especially on a Saturday. I was that kid getting up, knocking on everybody's door. Hey, you coming out? Meet us on the court. And we did about from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. till the sun go down or till it get dark. And sometimes we out there in the dark. That's what we did. So, you know, that's the last thing that, you know, I can't make nobody team. This is what I do. And on Sundays we play football after the Redskin games. You know what I'm saying? I played football for Spingarn. You know what I'm saying? And when I was in high school, and so that's what we did. So how can I make a football team and not make the basketball team? It wasn't adding up. But anyway, but Woodson was a special situation, meaning what is so great about this team was, you had the best of the best from a particular radius and area. See, Friendship Collegiate, you can usher in kids from all parts of the city, different states, if they want to go there. That's the kind of school, the way they set it up. But public school, you are required to go to your area school. So think about the talent. For 2 years straight, 2014 and 15, that Woodson High School won back-to-back championships, three in all. But what stands out and what's special is the 33-0 season 2015. You know what I'm saying? It's footages on YouTube. Y'all can go look it up. I just want to give you the commentary of it and give you some personal videos that I have. And I'll never forget it. And it was great to witness it and watching my nephew do something great in his life. And I say, once a champion, always a champion. Team Chambers champions. We grooming scholars and champions. That's my slogan. You know, what I'm saying, and I stand on that. But Coach Trey was something special. You had to deal with a lot of personalities, a lot of uh, uh, kids that was going through a lot of emotional issues at home, dealing with the neighborhood drama. So he had to be a father figure, a brother, a big brother to the kids, and because he wasn't, I'm thinking he was maybe late 20s, uh, you know, maybe early 30s, so he's relatively young himself, fresh out of college, a few years, and uh, he played the game on the highest level, far as in college, and from what I'm hearing, he was recruited to go to Greece or Barcelona to play in the overseas league, but he had a great job on the table. And I heard him tell his story. He said, well, I can go and make 100 grand for 5 years because that's the timeline of an overseas player because you're not really making money unless you with the right people, as far as agent and team that's paying you millions or whatever. So that wasn't his case. He was just a good player, and he didn't have the setup that was going to bring him millions. So him being a thinker, he was like, well, do I take a 5 year $100,000 contract, or do I want to take a job that's gonna give me 100,000 plus for 30 years that I can retire from and get a pension? You know what I'm saying? So the thinking mind chose the right decision. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what meant something to him. You know what I'm saying? So to channel his basketball love, he started coaching. And he's responsible for uh putting kids in college. Like Antoine Walker went to Georgetown, as well as I forget the young kid name. He's a pro now. He got a pro player. Uh what's the guy name? I forget the kid name. But anyway, he come from Virginia Loaded AAU team. You know what I'm saying? And he went from Georgetown. I want to say Mahoney Mooney. That's the kid last name. He's a Caucasian young player from Virginia. I think he grew up around the areas of Allen Iverson, but we look at him as a brother because he grew up in our neighborhoods, and so he's the newest white chocolate, like they used to call Jason Williams, a Caucasian brother that ball like a brother, like a black player, everything about him, his swag and everything. It's like, if you close your eyes, you would think he's a brother, but he's a Caucasian brother. And you do have a lot of Caucasians that grow up with black folks in the hood, in the neighborhood. So we don't look at them as white, or Caucasian, because you going through the same suffering and disadvantages that we are going through, and therefore the struggle that we go through, you're going through. So you identify with us and we identify with you. So, so these are the kind of friends that I had growing up that were Caucasian that lived in that neighborhood. Um, it was like a few families. The one that stand out is the shoemakers, uh, and you know, she had like three daughters, Miss Shoemaker, and three sons. The youngest son grew up with my cousins and them, that were about 5 years older, and you know, uh, who's a bad Caucasian player. Like Larry Bird, back in the day, he was the Larry Bird of our neighborhood. And then there was another family. I don't know their name, but uh, the dude looked like his name was Steve. We used to call him White Boy Steve, and like the movie White Boy Rick, we used to call him White Boy Steve, and he would bust your ass in football and basketball. Had moves, It's like, you know, I was like, we need to just take the white off of that. He's a brother because he don't act like it. He loved black women, and he talked the lingo. Nothing about him was white, but his skin color. You know what I'm saying? And one of the coolest brothers that I've been around far as a Caucasian individual. And I remember, and again, they were older. He was older. I remember they was at a dance at one of the high schools, and somebody was giving him static. Our neighborhood jumped on a neighborhood that was trying to press him. They didn't know he was with a crew. You know what I'm saying? That of course I wasn't there, but that's how the story got back to me. And they all came home, and they was all around the way amped up, and it was like, and this is before the gunplay came into play. So we talking like early 80s. We was about 12. I was like 10. So they were about 15, 16. So that's when you had to throw these. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no guns available. You know what I'm saying? You might have carried a knife, but you was a sucker if you couldn't throw these. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of killings is going down and shootings is going down because jokers can't fight. And they scared to take an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? And they scared to give them because they can't take them. You know what I'm saying? To give a good ass whooping, you got to be able to take one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's how that went down. So anyway, I'm getting off script, but you know where I'm getting at. But anyway, let's get back. Let's get back. I'm getting. See, I got so much to talk about. It's like it'll keep segueing to different. It'll morph into something else. Let's keep it with Trey Miles. Anyway, he took HD Woodson to 33-0, and it was beautiful to watch it. And what was beautiful was that for the first 15 games, his guys were on academic probation, and a lot of the guys played football. So for the first 15 games, he had 8 players, which one of them was my nephews, and I called them the Elite Eight. You know what I'm saying? They were whooping teams, the first 15 teams that had 22 players or something like that. They had like two, like, you had your 5 players on the bench. So let's say maybe 15 kids sitting over there, two did 8, and they was mopping everybody. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? Antoine Walker was the center, 2-time player of the year. They had and no, hold on, I forgot. 2013, he went to the chip and they lost the chip to Roosevelt. So he was in the chip 3 years in a row, not two. 2013, 14, and 15. They lost. My nephew, the oldest nephew, was on that team. And my youngest nephew won the JV championship. So he won 2014, 2015, and 2013. So 2013, 2012, 2013 season, he was in the chip. And then my youngest nephew, Tay, came up from JV to get on the team. And Roosevelt was strong. They was mopping up everybody. And then by 2014, all them guys went to school. They graduated, they went to college and whatever. So Woodson was in control of the DC high school basketball sports. And my nephew was part of the first championship that they put up there as far as the banner, because Woodson was known for their football. Back when I played with Spingarn, I played against World, Big World that went to Spingarn. Big lineman looked like the refrigerator Purdy, William Purdy from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And big dude, so Woodson always been known for their football. So it was my nephews that put basketball on the map. They were part of the team. 2014, 2015, but they was dead 2013 and lost to Roosevelt. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I think Roosevelt won it 2012, no, 2011, 12, and 13. And then my nephew Tay, they won the 14, that one title, and the 15, they won the two, which recorded 33-0 for the 2015 season. But 2013, my nephew Tay won the JV championship and was MVP of the game and hit 32 points. You know what I'm saying? So that's how he came up from JV to varsity to play in the championship game. And he only played like 3 minutes of the last quarter. And they was already losing. So, they just, the guys was losing their control and upset. So they just put the guys that came up from JV to just let them know, to let them feel how it was playing in a championship game. So it was awesome, man, to just see greatness in front of me, uh, on that level. But I'd say a lot of people compete for years and they don't win nothing. You don't even see a championship situation. So yeah, it was special. That's all I can say. So Coach Trey Mines, salute to you. Salute to my nephew, to Monte Chambers. You guys made history. You know what I'm saying? And when they talk about high school sports in DC, when they talk about basketball, your name is going to come up. So let me show you some video of my nephew when they won. That's my big mouth. That's my wife. That's one of the assistant coaches. The Soul program. Money Man Biggs. That's the nephew I was telling you about. The football champion. Look at the cameraman. He be going off. Yeah, hold on. Let me give you something, Trey. Let me see. That's right. You got to. You got to. I guess we can go now. We see y'all at the school. Yeah. Yeah. Football. Yeah. The drama. What else? He was going on. Oh man. And they played the championship up at GW. And what was crazy about that year, GW won the NIT tournament. So while we was there on their court and Woodson was winning their championship, they was winning the NIT championship. So that was just a special situation right there. That whole timeline. All right, so this is at GW. Look, I be acting a fool. I'm amped up. I'm trying to. Antoine Walker got the MVP. He's currently at Rhode Island doing his thing. Yeah, I'm a fool with it. I'm a fool with it. You know. All right, let me get some footage of Trey, Coach Trey. And hold on, I got something for y'all from Antoine Walker up at Rhode Island, who was at Georgetown, and you know, okay, Antoine Walker. That's him with the headband. Give me that. Let's go. That's Antoine. He got the ball. Antoine, what you gonna do with it? Good assist. That's one of Coach Trey Mine's players right there. You know, that's how our boy get ready going to Crows. Yeah. All right. Hold on. I need a close up on my man. Let me find a close up. I got a close up for you. You know what I'm saying? We need something better than that. There we go. And look at the title. It was Coach Trey Mine